Today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 plants that you should use to get a bunch of pollinations, so you can easily get a bunch of honey. Now trust me, I am actually experienced here because, well, I am handling multiple accounts at once to do the whole pollination process, and by doing that I've quite literally collected so many pollinated fruits, so at this point I already know what's good and what's not. Starting with the 10th place, the bamboo. Now this is beginner friendly because, well, the bamboo is very easy to get from the seed shop. Trust me when I say that, it is super easy and super common, and bamboos grow pretty quickly. Like, if you don't believe me, I'm gonna plant one right here, and I'm just gonna get a watering can, which is also another thing that's easy to get. I just water it a little bit, and just like that, it is already done growing. Like, what the heck? Yeah, see, I already harvested it and I'm already done growing that. And now a bamboo's average weight is like, what, 3 to 4 kilos? Sometimes on the higher end it's like 7 to 10, rarely 10 though. And if I pick all of these up, you can see that the average weight is around 5 kilos. So yeah, this is a pretty good one. This is a pretty good fruit for like starters. So yeah, I would definitely really advise this if you're a starter in the game. Now, time for the next one, the pepper, which is in 9th place. Now, why is the pepper in 9th place despite being a very valuable and pretty cool fruit? Well, it is because of one thing. These things can be insanely small, but at the same time can be insanely big out of nowhere, like this one. So yeah, I wouldn't really trust the reliability of the pepper because it is not the best thing to rely on. Just like the next one, which is the cacao, which 1 second, the cacao is right here. This is my cacao tree, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. You can see cacaos are pretty small sometimes, and they are pretty medium as well. Wait, hold up, what the heck? I don't have an actual cacao with me right now. Wait, I'm pretty sure I do. What? Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. See, I have a cacao with me right now, and this thing is pollinated and looks insanely cool, but this thing only weighs 9.58 kilos. Now, this happens to the cacao a lot, where like for some reason it worth like that much. It's like quite literally almost 10 kilos, but then, oh, it is not 10 kilos. Its average weight is around 8 kilograms, so I wouldn't really suggest this one. Anyways, for the next one, it is the beanstalk. Now, beanstalk being a prismatic is insanely rare, and I think it's one of the best for this update. It's in the top 6, so it is pretty good. And as you can see, I have a lot of beans. I have a lot of like beans in this beanstalk right here, and a lot of them are like pollinated and everything. Wait, hold up, this one's chocolate and pollinated. This is pretty cool. But anyways, if you take a look at my inventory, I have so many of the beanstalks that are actually pollinated. Like, I mean, just take a look at the amount I have. It is actually insane. And now the reason it's an insane amount, it's because beanstalks, they give a lot of fruit. Now, there is one problem with the beanstalk though, and the problem is sometimes it weighs 9 kilos, sometimes it weighs 8 kilos, as you can see in the ones that I currently have. And oh, what the heck, this one's void touched. Oh, that's pretty sick. And some of them are 13 kilos and some of them are 22, some of them are 12. You get the point, all right? They're kind of a complicated thing, so that's why I put them in number 6. Now, time for the 5th. The 5th is the cactus. Cactus is just like the beanstalk, honestly. Some fruits can grow pretty big, some can grow pretty average, but their weight is actually pretty insane. Now, I don't really have a cactus to prove it right now, so I'm really sorry if that kind of disrupts something. I hope it is fine because I mean, you already know how big a cactus really is. It's like completely massive. It is like huge for some reason in this game. Anyways, for the next one, the 4th, it will be the coconut. Now, the coconut tree is absolutely the goat. I would put this in number 1 if I could, but unfortunately I'm not gonna put it in number 1 because there are obviously some better ones. Now, as you can see right here, I am quite literally up my coconut tree, and there is literally a pollinated coconut right there and over there as well. Now, the reason coconut is pretty good, it is because they usually weigh around 16 to 10 kg, which is quite literally perfect. Now, at the moment I don't really have a pollinated coconut. It is because I already gave it to my alt accounts. So yeah, I hope you understand that one. But anyways, it is time we move on to the next one, which is the final 3. Now, the final 3 will be the dragon fruit. So the dragon fruit is actually pretty OP. Wait 1 second, what the heck? Yeah, there we go. The dragon fruit is right here. This thing weighs 14 kilos. This thing weighs 15 kilos. This weighs 9 kilos, and this weighs 42. This weighs 13 kilos. And yeah, you get the point, all right? You get the point. Basically, majority of the time, you are gonna be getting a huge fruit, like an absolutely massive one. And with these massive dragon fruits, you can actually get the honey currency quite easily. Like you get it super easily, and especially if you do the sprinkler method where you can just regen all of them pretty quickly. I would really suggest the dragon fruit. Now there is a problem with the dragon fruit though. Dragon fruit is not that easy to get, so if you're in an intermediate and you already have it, good for you. If you don't, stick to the previous fruits. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the final two. The final two are basically contenders for first place. Now one I would say is kind of better than the other, but at the same time I would say first place takes the lead for one reason, because it grows absolutely massive and it happens all the time. While for the second place, it doesn't always happen. Like, I mean, there are some rare instances when it can actually become not enough. So yeah, that's what that's why I put first and second like that. Wait, hold up. I don't even know how good the high fruit is. Wait one sec. How heavy is this high fruit? Oh yeah, it's 9.9. Yeah, we can ignore this. This is not good. But anyways, guys, for the top two, we have the moon mango. Now the moon mango is pretty good. It is really OP, but like 99% of the time it does get the weight correct above 10 kilos. But at some rare instances, there can be cases where it doesn't actually do that. Now I have actually harvested many moon mangoes before, and I can tell you one thing. This doesn't happen all the time, but there are some times when it's like 9.9 kilos or 9.8 kilos for some reason, and that's like extremely annoying. Also, one thing that you should do is use a mooncat, because it actually makes your fruits bigger, and with bigger fruits, you know what I mean, you basically get heavier ones. So wait, I'm just gonna get rid of some bees right now, and I'm just gonna put a mooncat right here because I actually forgot that this existed. But anyways, back to the main topic. All right, moon mango. This thing, wait, hold up, there's a moon glow. This moon mango right here is weighing 45 kilos. This one's 20, this one's 17, this one's 13, this one's 20. You get the point. They are pretty various. And now time for the last one, the one in first place. It is the moon melon. Now this is under one conditions for the moon melon. You need to do the sprinkler method, because the moon melon is actually the best performer in the sprinkler method. Because if you do the sprinkler method for the moon melon automatically becomes huge, like this big. It quite literally becomes this big, and it also becomes really heavy. So yeah, you see these ones over here. This is what happens if you don't do the sprinkler method. You get ones that are like below 10 kilos, and this is the one with the sprinkler method. For example, yeah, I did the sprinkler method on the moon mango as well. It does work sometimes. And yeah, this is basically an example. Now I'm sorry that I don't have more examples. I gave like 99% of my moon melons and other really OP fruits to my alt accounts, and I'm currently just regenning them right now. So just to show you, I'm gonna be like taking out some right now. So this is one of them that I have. This is 62 kilos. As you can see, the dragon fruit, pretty OP. Now wait, I'm gonna find some more just to show you guys, just so you know that my list is kind of accurate. I guess you can say that. There we go. That's another pollinated moon mango. That thing is 13 kilos. And a pollinated grape. Obviously, don't go for a pollinated grape. This thing's only 3 kilos. There's a reason that's not on the list. Grapes are pretty much a hit or miss, so just don't go for the pollinated grapes. All right, there we go. I found a pollinated moon melon, and look at this. This is absolutely massive, and this is 12 kilos, and it has like what, 5 mutations as well, which is pretty crazy. And here is another moon melon, 13 kilos, pretty good. And now for another moon mango right here, this is 12 kilos. Well, you basically get the point. And now for the pepper, which is pollinated, this thing's only 6.69, which is the reason why I told you to not get this, because well, this thing is pretty mid. Anyways, if you found this list useful, please be sure to like and subscribe, and of course watch my other videos.